Yo, 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 welcome to CypherBeastTV. This is the host with the most, Tony 47. And all the way from Norway, we got a champ international competition. Some of his highlights was like winning the freestyle sessions, style elements, a break to future, some of the Red Bulls out in Norway. We got Daniel Greenland. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Good. Good, man. It's a pleasure to have you here on the show. You done some incredible things within your breaking journey, and I would love to tap into it and speak up more about it. You done a lot of high-level competitions, your profile, Instagram, a lot of commercial, industrial type of work. One really stands out. I think a year or two ago, you had a video with Stance doing some flares on top of a vehicle while it's moving. I was like, oh man, some crazy stuff like that. And I want to get more into some of that mindset and things, abilities you're open to communicate with. But before we start, I want to go back to your journey, man. What year, if you can remember, when you start breaking?
I started breaking in 2005. I was watching a talent
Dope.
show in school, and some older kids were doing some weird stuff with their arms. I think they did like boogies and some backspins and like Nike
Yeah.
freeze. And I was like, wow, what is this? And up until then, I tried all types of sports, and I was really into like kung fu at the time. So I was
Ooh.
watching, mostly people watch Bruce Lee, but I was watching Jet Li, and I
Yeah.
was also loving rap. So I was trying to become a rapper. You know, when you love martial arts and you love rapping, if you mix that, you kind of get breaking, you know? So
Mm,
when I found breaking, I dropped everything else, and that was like I was all in.
wow. Wow. You said back in '05. How old were you during that
I
time?
was 11 years old.
11 years old. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang, cool. Was that you're a young age? That's awesome. Did you have any structure of like teaching and classing during those times, or mainly just through influence of people that you met?
So I started taking classes at the school, not so far from where I was from, where Absence Crew was teaching. And after I think 1.5 year, they quit teaching there, and I had to take over the teaching part there. Was a horrible teacher, so that was just for half a year. But I kept practicing, and I kept working with breaking. And after a couple of years, I joined the crew, Absence, and I've been with them ever since.
Wow, yeah, Absence Crew. And are you in any other crews other than?
Yes, I also represent Flexible Flav. So that's like a worldwide crew with people from, yeah, kind of all over the world.
Wow. Yeah, yeah, that's fire. And then you guys, um, that crew Flexible Flav, you guys won the European Freestyle Session, and last year you guys placed finalists at the World Finals, which is amazing.
Thank you. Semifinals in the world final against Japan.
Yeah, they're tough competitors.
Yeah, yeah, they won the whole thing. So
Man, so ever since, since you're learning kung fu, rapping, hip hop, you got breaking, you just fell in love and you never stopped.
yeah, that's correct.
Cool. Did you learn power first or did you learn like style, like like,
In the beginning, I kind of fell in love with the moves, you know. But
yeah.
in Scandinavia at the time, it was about the style. You had to do good tops, you had to do good footwork, and if you were just doing power moves, people would like look down on you. But after a while, I kind of figured out like it's the moves where I that's where I can shine. That's my where I could become really good. So I started focusing more on moves pretty quick, and started to also do tricking. So tricking is
Mm,
like it's I would say similar to breaking, but it's more about flips and kicks. And people would say like gymnastics, but in like a dirty way, like the breaking of gymnastics, you know. And I started doing like combining tricking with breaking, and that's where I kind of created most of my biggest signature moves.
yeah. Yeah. That's awesome because it's some of your signatures. It's super explosive and you're like, how do you throw your body like that?
Yeah.
Make it look
So
so easy.
yeah, I mean, like with the right technique, it is pretty simple. But where we had like open practice in Bergen, where I'm from in Norway, there was breakers, there was trickers, and we were practicing in the same spot. And then we kind of just learn from each other. So some of the trickers were starting to do flares and windmills, and we started to do gainers and corks and touchdown race and stuff like this. And after a while, we tried to combine this into our art form. So for me, I would try to get tricking into my breaking, and they would try to get breaking into their tricking.
Ooh, wow. Kind of, it's probably easier doing the tricking into breaking versus the opposite.
Well, yes, but my problem is that when I do tricking, I do that the opposite way of the way I do power moves. So for me, it has been a big challenge to combine my breaking moves with the tricky moves because it's the opposite way. But also, it opens up for a lot of new and interesting transitions where you can change direction more. But I think taking tricking into breaking might be easier. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause you get you got the music a little different. Hit the beat with the flip or something. That was it makes it look incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. So what on your journey? So you did teaching with Absent Crew out in Norway. When did you start competing? The competitions?
Well, I started in Norway pretty early. I started in '07, and we just did local battles. And we
Right.
did Battle of
Yeah.
the Year Scandinavia in 2009. We finished last place.
Uh-huh.
And from, I think, internationally from 2013. And I think my breakthrough was Red Bull Western Europe 2015.
Wow.
So before that, I didn't really get far in any competitions, but then suddenly I became semi-finalist, beating the Kid Colombia in the first round, and then Khalil in the quarterfinal, which was pretty funny because when I was walking on stage against Kid Colombia, the
Hmm.
whole stadium were cheering like Kid Colombia, and I was so nervous, and I was like, "Fuck! Why did I have to meet this guy in the first round?"
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Kid Columbia. He's yeah, he's raw. He's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
How's that moment experience during that time? Did you beat Kid Columbia?
Yes,
You
I
say
won against him in the first round, and from that, I was just so happy. So all the nerves like disappeared, and then I went to the quarterfinal. I met Khalil, and I was just happy. I was just dancing and enjoying myself. I didn't really care anymore, and I won
uh,
that one. And then I lost to Nassau in the semifinal.
wow, that's incredible. And that's some high level people.
Yeah, I mean it's Red Bull Western Europe, so it's the best of the best.
I need to look into that. That's 2015?
What?
The 15.
That was 2015.
The
Yes.
15? Wow. And that
Yeah.
moment, was that your first time? Did you have, was there a cipher before that?
Yes, I was in the Western Europe 2014 as well, but I lost first round. So
Oh, okay. And you came
yeah,
back and with a clearer mind,
yes.
maybe,
And
or
also,
more
is
moves.
the funny part is that I don't really have a breaking name, so my breaking name is Daniel. And when I was registering for Western Europe, I just wrote my name, Daniel Grindeland.
Huh?
So you know the posters they put up with the name, they
Mm-hmm.
just put my whole name like Daniel Grindeland in one word. And Renegade was making so much fun of me and was mocking me. But next year we fixed it. Everything was great, and I was ready for, yeah, ready for some real battles.
Nice, nice. Speaking of your name, your B-boy name, do you just still go by Daniel?
Still go by Daniel, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Love it. Yeah. Yeah. Like some other people have names. I go by Tony 47 just because there's a little story behind it too. So, yeah.
Yeah. What's the story?
So my name's Tony, and then it kind of play on word with like 24/7, but Tony 47, and like the number, like the hours. And so when I was breaking and beating competitions, my rounds were super long at the time. This was probably when I first started 15. I started in '06, right? And so when I started doing competitions, I would be on the floor for maybe 60 seconds to 90 seconds, and it gets kind of stale doing footwork, top rock, kind of mixing everything. And my friends were joking, they're like, "Man, you're out there forever. I'm gonna call you Tony 47." Because I'm
That's
on the
funny.
floor
That's funny.
forever when I should have ended like the first 30 seconds or something. And so
Yeah, yeah.
it kind of stuck to me. And now, as I get older, I kind of look at it a different way as like, you know, work hard, For mindset with it than just breaking with it 24/7, 24/7. Hey, work 25, work hard, do things more uh like you just can't stop working type of thing. So a different mentality
Yeah,
with it to me with the name now. So I stuck to it, which is yeah. And so ever since then kept it
yeah,
going.
it's funny.
Did you ever had a breaking name you ever thought about trying to use?
Well, I was thinking a lot about making a b-boy name, but there was just nothing that really resonated with me, and no one came up with a name for me, so I just got stuck with Daniel, and now it's too late, you know? Now you can't change your name.
Yeah, especially when you enter a couple competitions and you're like, okay, I'm gonna stick to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dang.
so now I guess I'm stuck with it.
Was after the Red Bull Western,
Yeah.
after that competition, what would you say that's one of your highlight moments in a breaking competition that you realize maybe, hey, this can take you around the world, or hey, did you ever have any highlight moments in a competition you realize, well, this is like, something you always you wanted to do?
Yeah. There is this one battle that everyone I meet, tell me like, "Yo, I saw this battle." And that was Battle Pro in France where I battled against Pak Pak. So this battle was pretty hype, and I would say this is where I think most people have seen me compete. So that was in 2016, and
Mm-hmm.
after that, I did Unbreakable, and I did a couple of battles. But then I went more into theater, and I did musicals and stuff like this. And then I made a comeback in IB 2018, where I got to the semifinals in the Undisputed.
Damn, nice, nice. And these are all one versus one competitions.
Yes, yes. So I was mostly focusing on one-on-ones because my crew don't really battle. So I was the only one from my crew who went out to compete. So then it had to be a
Yeah.
one-on-one.
So a little bit about that mindset. So, you mentioned mainly you competing a lot versus your crew. How do you stay motivated and keep rolling when do you practice with them, when you're back at home? But then because it's a different mindset, right? From versus like, hey, I'm on practice with my crew, but your mode is like competitive mode. You need to train and learn, but then you practice with them, but they do things a little bit different. How has that affect you anything, or how did your training process go for competitions?
I love to practice with my crew, but to compete, you kind of have to go out there, you know? You have to go out there and compete against the best and see what is working, what is not working, and then you come back home. You have to change it up, see how you can compete against them. You go out again, you try, you fail, you come back, you try again, you go out, you fail, you come back, and then sometimes it's success, but mostly it's failing. That's the progress of developing. So I think just being there every weekend in some competition somewhere, you always get like one little thing that you change up a little bit that makes you a little better. And then the next weekend there is something else, and then there is something else. And by the end of like a big like a season of battling, you have so much new things that works for you that you take back and you work and you develop this the next season, and then you go again with trying and error and trial and error, and then
Yeah.
yeah, that's how you make progress, I think.
Yeah, yeah. What I mean is like the mindset. So let's say you failed. Do you go hard on yourself? Do you feel like quitting sometimes, or some of the struggles when you're like, okay, I want to battle this competition, but
Mm.
your motive to do it. I get it. You gotta practice because you failed. You want to get better. But is there a sense of purpose that you feel in you that you want to represent, like representing yourself, or what's kind of like your inspiration to do this?
Well, I always wanted to stand on the big stages and compete. I wanted to
Yeah.
be up with the big names. And in Norway, we were doing a lot of theaters. We were having shows, and I think one year we had more than 200 performances in a year. And at the same time, I was trying to compete and traveling in the weekends to develop. But I always wanted to compete because when you do a show, you can work around your skill set, you can do everything. But in a competition, you really
Yeah, it's
can't
different.
hide. You really have to
Yeah.
be the best if you're gonna win. And this is what I loved so much. So for me, was the motivation was just to get a little bit further in every competition. Okay, this time I did beat this big name. and then I lost. But next time I want to beat this big name, and then I want to beat this, and then I lose, and then it goes like this, and in the end,
Mm,
then you might win some events or not. But
yeah.
that was the motivation to always have a progress to become a little bit better and to be able to take out better and better breakers.
Mm. Got it. Got it. So it's a kind of, yeah, the hunger and the ladder of striving to get better and better. Yeah, I love it, man. That's cool. And I like how you mentioned big stages because there's big stage competitions, there's local competitions, underground, that type of stuff. And so really where you want to take the breaking, sometimes they don't want the big stages, but there's people that do want the big stages. And I think you've done amazing stuff I've seen in a lot of the big stages. And you mentioned theater, industrial, commercial type of stuff, which is cool. It pumps me out too. And I remember, gosh, like I mentioned off screen earlier, like maybe 10, 12 years ago, I saw a video of you doing some solo trailer in breaking on YouTube, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. Like I kind of wanted to do some videos like that too, but which I haven't, but maybe later. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I forget what video. I gotta look that up again. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I think it wasn't your traditional music. I think it was a different type of music. Maybe it was like more like rock and theater or something. I can't remember.
Was either it was in a skate bowl or it was out in the Norwegian fjords
It was like in like a warehouse type of thing.
in a warehouse?
I think so. It could have been a dance
Ah, yeah,
studio
yeah, yeah.
though.
I made like a concept video where I was kind of kidnapped and then I had to break my way out of this warehouse.
Is it okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this is like 10 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've seen that. I was like, oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fire.
Yeah, I remember I watched a lot of the videos of Cloud, and I love how he
Mm,
used breaking to convey a story and how to like use a movement to for storytelling. And this really inspired me to try to create something on my own as well. So that's why I wanted to make this video. I think I called it Escape or Exit or something like this. And then I tried to make another one almost every year since then. So I think I had one video like a high quality one video every year ever since 2015, I think.
wow.
Just to push myself to continue to create something and develop in a different direction. Because
Yeah.
breaking is you can use breaking for competitions, but you can use breaking in so many different ways. Like you can have shows, you can work in a theater, you can do battles, you can make videos, you can do so much things. And I don't think you should limit yourself to just be a battler or just be a music video dancer or whatever. I think if you do a
Hmm.
little bit of everything, everything can feed off each other, and you learn something from this that you can take into that, and then like this you can get at a
Yeah.
high level at everything. And I think this is something that a lot of breakers don't
Yeah.
do so much.
Yeah. 100%. I believe that a lot of we do is train, compete, battle. The next step is like, oh, cool, I could judge, I can MC, right? But there's more to it within the whole community of breaking. Like you mentioned, the music videos, then theater, maybe industrial movies, and whatever you can, whatever your limit can take you there. It's possible. Like for example, media channel podcast. I mean, technically, if we're talking about the niche is breaking, right? We're talking about breaking and I break too. So I use so kind of having that mindset and idea of like, hey, two breakers and kind of have a better sense of communicating that way
Mm,
through the dance
yeah.
and content. Essentially, all the media stuff is content creating, right?
Mm,
And we've seen doors open with content creation if you do things high and you get a following and that can expand to other doors. So yeah, yeah, that limitation.
yeah,
Just keep
because in the end of the day you want to break and you want to live from it, but it's hard if you don't win a competition every weekend. So maybe you can
yeah,
do some shows or you can have sponsorship or anything. So if you're able to build and be open to do more work with the dancing, it's much easier to live from it. So I actually never had
yeah.
another job. I only worked with breaking ever.
So you do full time. breaking,
Yes,
dancing, theater, all that. Wow,
yes.
that's incredible.
That's the
That's
only thing
good.
I've ever done.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, it's the only thing you ever done. Have you ever worked like a normal job in the past?
No, never had a job,
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
only breaking.
Okay, that's cool. That's good. Did your crew help influence that to like help book different events to like get you kind of like what you call it, like a map, kind of figure out what to do?
Yeah. So I joined my crew absence when I was in high school, and when I was in high school, we created a theater show, and we were touring while I was in high school. And because of these couple of weeks, we were able to sell out a whole year of tour the year after. So I
Wow,
went
that's
straight from high
incredible.
school to traveling all over Norway with this show. And then we did that for that whole year, and we did a couple of TV shows. We became Norwegian champions, and then we made another show, and then there was another TV show, like, Dancing with the Stars.
Huh? Yeah. Did
Yes,
you
they
compete in
had
that?
like Dancing with the Stars, but as same way of America's Best Dance Crew. So a crew gets one celebrity and they have to teach the celebrity to dance. It was breaking, it was hip hop, it was like all kind of street dances. And we ended up winning this show. And then we won. How much is that in dollar? It's about $50,000. And we used this to create another theater show that we sold for another tour. And like this, we kept
Wow.
working and building something here in Norway. So yeah, this was the way. And then on the side, I was traveling to compete, and I went here and went there, and I didn't really win or get far in anything. But I always loved the battling, so I did that on the side all the way
Yeah.
while we were trying to build something.
Wow. That's amazing stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. And what was the TV show, by the way?
It was called My Dance Crew here in Norway, but it was like Dancing with the Stars, but with breaking or hip hop and
Mm,
stuff like this.
nice, cool. I have to check it out. That's tight.
Yeah,
That's yes. After that, wow, that's crazy. What else have you done in the journey? So you got the funding because you won that the My Dance Crew, and that
yeah.
helped open more doors and creating a different show. So the are you still doing theater today, or was this in the past?
Still doing theater, but not as much as before. Now I do more event jobs, or I do even public speaking because I grew up with ADHD and I was struggling in school, and then I found breaking, and breaking taught me structure and discipline and how to create something on your own using your own creativity and find some ways that works for you, because breaking is individual. You have to find your style, you have to find what type of style that works for you, and this I
Yeah.
used in real life and was able to structure myself and be able to concentrate in school and finish school with good degrees. So after a TV show I did in Norway, I was talking about this, and someone asked me if I could come and just talk about this for a couple of students, and this talk became so popular, so now I had this over 200 times, and I'm currently on tour with this talk around in Norway.
No way. That's awesome.
But I also dance in the
I
talk.
was gonna
So
ask that. I was like, dude,
yeah,
you talk and then they okay, let's hit the
yeah,
show.
of
Let's see what
course,
you got in
yeah,
the showtime. Wow, that's incredible. That's really cool. I like that. I like how you use that, and it's kind of like the sense of learning the basic
mm,
fundamentals of breaking and using the concept of hey, the discipline, maybe the battle competitions help build that stage fright, that sense of being on the spotlight. And I use it too as to this day to learn the basic fundamentals to other categories in my life. Be like, okay, if I'm learning something, I think I'll bring it back to basics where, I'm learning the 6 steps over, and that helps you open more doors to get, advance or more expertise because you learn the foundation. And so using that, applying that to life knowledge is I think is a good way to utilize that skill set from breaking.
yeah, yeah. I think so too, and I think there is like a research. I think it's called Gallup or something. They studied this and they saw if you were focusing on what you already knew, your improvements was higher. So if you were focusing on your strength, your improvement was way higher than if you were focusing on your weaknesses. So when you first have a strength, it's much easier to put this in other ways of like improving, because you know you have something that you can master, and then it's easier to go out and do something that you're not as good at, but you know you have a skill, so you still know you're capable.
Hmm. I love that. I learned something from that. I never knew about the Gallup study, which think it makes a lot of sense
Yeah,
because you kind of tap into what you know and then you apply and kind of lead into that so that way you can excel your
I will see if I can find something about it here, because it's okay. So this is the study. It says that teams who focus on strengths every day are 12.5% more productive and 6 times more engaged than those who don't. So yeah, it's a study.
wow, that's good. I like that. And do you let people know about this like when you're teaching at all? Or do you do workshops or teaching?
I do workshops, but in Norway there's not a big scene, so it's
Got it. Yeah.
mostly like beginners workshops. So they learn to do like a shuffle and a six step and maybe a baby freeze, and yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Nice, nice. Man, that's cool. That's cool. So what you traveled how many places have you traveled? You traveled all around competing and battling? All of
yeah.
like Europe and Asia?
Europe, many times to Asia, and many times to the US. I love Asia and I love the US.
Nice. Nice. Is there any upcoming events you're planning to attend or compete in?
At the moment, not really, because now I try to recreate myself. So now I've
Hmm,
been working on creating new things and challenging me to do things in a different way. Because if you have seen Daniel, I want the next time you see Daniel to be different than the last time. So now I try to
right.
change up a lot of stuff, and so no big battles planned at the moment. But like last battle I did, I got a phone call like 5 days before, and I was like, "Yeah, that sounds interesting. Let's go." And I was then I went to, I think it was Germany.
Wow.
Yeah, but now I work so much. I have so many shows, and just up until this day, I've had more than 60 shows this year.
Wow.
So
That's incredible.
yeah, so it's pretty hectic now.
Those shows help you keep active,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for
Because you
sure.
have to be on point.
Yeah. So the stuff that I do in the shows is, yeah, I'm never gonna crash that.
No, I like that too because like I work W2 or full time work, right? And so like I think if you're able to find a way to dance while you're working at the same time keeps creating that build up that the you're breaking as well too. It's hard. Some days I'm like, hey, okay, I come from a full day of work. I just want to go home. My mindset
Yeah,
sometimes I don't want to go dance right now, or like you had a
yeah,
long day at work or something. But sometimes it's good to go break. But sometimes that motivation isn't there, and so yeah, yeah. So I experienced that a lot too. And I don't know if you have kids at all.
no,
No, okay, yeah, I got four kids, and there's
okay,
they're
yeah,
busy.
yeah, that makes sense. Then time for breaking is gonna be hard to find.
Yeah, yeah, and so I try to arrange things to, to fit everything needs and I don't know. I feel like I'm doing good, but not enough. I'm doing the media channel. I still break. I'll still compete here and there, but not as like high level in breaking I would love to do, just
Mhm,
because I'm not putting as much time and commitment into it. And then the family too, take care of them, and so yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But on top of that, it's being, present and consistent and the best you can be. And I don't want to sit there, come back from work, stay home. I'm not active to the kids. And I was like, they want to go play, they want to go do things outside, or, I want to stay active. So breaking has helped. And then just that mindset. So I think it's a lot of mentality snap into, am I done
mhm.
or keep going? I don't want to be 60, 50 and be like, man, how come, why did I stop? And so
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love this
yeah.
stuff, and I think it's amazing hearing stories like yours. It inspires me and hopefully the viewers watching to get a little backstory on your story, as we've seen you done some amazing competitions, amazing work, and I definitely want to see some of the those highlight moments you're talking about with going against Kid Columbia back in 2015 at the Red Bull. So I was like, okay, let me watch that now.
Yeah.
So that's dope. So other than what else you have going on, other than you said the theater, that takes a lot of your time right now. Are you working any other projects or anything build ups?
Well, I want to make a new video. So I told you I'm
Mm,
making
yeah.
one video every year. So now I'm trying to focusing on what it should be because I want it to be different every year. And as you said, you saw the video that was for like it was 1 year ago where when I was doing flares on top of this car.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so stuff like this, but it has to be something new, something different from that.
Yeah, tell me about that. The creative in it. Where did you think about it, or you connected with some of the stance members
Yeah,
to build
so
it?
I went to Red Bull World Final in New York with Red Bull Norway, and then I met Han from Stance
Hmm.
in the lobby at the hotel, and he had seen a video that I made a few years back, like a Norwegian scenery kind of video, and he said like he was super into to that, like breaking and scenery. And I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, maybe we can do something together sometime." And this was back in
Yeah.
2022. And then we filmed like the intro for the world final recap. And then again, I met him in Philadelphia in 2023. We made a video there all the way through Philly. And then
Wow.
when I won the freestyle session Europe, I wrote him like, okay, I'm coming through freestyle session this year. I have nothing to do the 2 weeks before.
Mm,
You wanna make something? And he was like, let's go. So
yeah.
I flew to Salt Lake where he lives, and we got a photographer from Switzerland, Muriel, who was there. So the three of us, we rented a Jeep and we went into the desert of Utah for 2 weeks and just
Wow.
were off the grid and we're just filming everything we could find. Like some of the scenery there is like unbelievable. Like
Uh-huh.
it's crazy. And we drove on like off-road roads for many, many hours with no signal on our phone,
Oh,
nothing, just to get like this 2 seconds of video. And then we were in Monument Valley and I was like, it was pretty like hard roof on the Jeep we had. And I was like, "Oh,
mhm.
I have this dream of doing flares on top of a car while it's driving."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Nah, nah, you're crazy. You're crazy." And then we found a road like a little outside of the main road. It was like desert, so it was like sand. So if I fell off, it wouldn't be too much.
Wouldn't be too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, and we had Muriel to drive the car, and Han was filming, and we did a couple
Perfect.
of tests, and I was able to do one, and then I was able to do two, and then three, but with the car still. And
Hmm.
then we went on to try to drive slowly, and I was like, okay, then it's one, and then it's two, and then after a while, it was more about like I was just scared to fall down. So when I got
Right.
over
Right.
the when I wasn't that afraid anymore, I was able to do like 7, 8, or 9 as we were driving in a pretty high speed.
Wow.
So so yeah.
When you're doing the flares, do you have to like lean forward to kind of like match the speed of the car?
No, it was actually like doing it on the car without not moving because
Hmm.
I'm a part of the car when it's driving, so I have the same speed forward as the car.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
it's not as hard as you could imagine, but it was still pretty hard. I remember I hit the roof, like the side of the roof. My leg got down and I hit the side with the side and it hurt a lot, but worth it.
Worth it, yeah, for that shot. Yeah. No, that's a lifetime to keep the footage, and I think it's amazing. Yeah, that footage, the scenery, it was cool. It was made. It could be like a commercial for
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, thank you. So we did actually just travel around in Utah for 2 weeks just to make a video for 3 minutes. And then
mm,
from there, I went to freestyle session and battled there with Potter and Jetlag. And from there, we went to Sacramento for a week, and then we did the Style Elements. I think it was the 30-year anniversary.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because last year was 31st, so, and then this year's 32nd. So if it's 2 years
Yes, and
ago,
it was a
right? Yeah.
pretty cool concept. It was it's like a three versus three, but if you lost your round, you die, and then
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first crew to kind of like all of them die, they lose, and then you keep going.
Yeah,
So
the
it
last
was
man standing. That's what it's
yes,
called.
last man standing. It was pretty cool. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
I seen the video. I actually never done it, but that concept is really cool, right? Because that, it gets so hype when, let's say, two members are down, but the one person, and then they start eliminating one person. What happened? And then the other, it can
Yeah,
get very, yeah, I like that concept. That's cool.
yeah, and also you have to change your strategy to so oh we can't send
Mm.
you against this person because you might lose, or if you lose then we're fucked and blah blah
Right.
blah. And, oh, now they did a really good round. Which one of us are we gonna send to to lose this? Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
it was pretty fun.
that's tight. That's tight. And you guys took it. You guys took the last man standing
Yes, yes.
competition. Yeah.
And I won a we won a, like a huge boombox, and it was so big that I think
When you
with
had
the
the
car we had to drive to San Francisco, and Jet like has had to like sit in the back like this for 2 hours or how long it takes to drive to San Francisco. And yeah,
nice, nice. And yeah, because you guys had to send it back to your hometown.
yes, I sent it back to Norway. I think I had to pay like $200 just to send it with the plane.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was huge, but was good quality.
Worth it,
So
right? Good,
yes,
good.
yes, worth it.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Wow. So, yeah, are you guys planning to go to Style Elements this year at all? I think
A
it's
what?
in Style Elements. I think they have the 30th anniversary, which is on, I think, September, 6 months from now.
Yeah, yeah, I saw Breaking Bad is going,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think I will go. I don't really travel so much for competitions at the moment unless there is an
Right.
invite. And it's just because I did it for so many years, and I was trying to qualify for the Olympics. So 22, 23, and
Oh,
24,
okay.
I wasn't home at all. I was a month in Asia, and then I was a month in the US, and then I was every weekend somewhere in Europe. So now I wanna stay home, just practice, develop, and
Yeah,
keep
that's right. Because
working.
you mentioned, yeah, yeah, makes sense. No, no, I get it. Sometimes when you could keep competing and competing and competing, you're like, yeah, I kind of you get kind of tired of your moves, right? You want to redevelop some of your movements
Yes.
and back to the creative mode. Yeah.
Yeah. And also when you do a competition, it takes a whole weekend just for, I don't know, 10 rounds. So
Mm-hmm.
when you've done this for many, many years, you feel like, okay, now I want to use my weekend for something else. I can go to practice, I can do my 10 rounds in 2 or 3 hours, and then I have the rest of the weekend to do something else that I can enjoy.
Yeah, yeah. There's competition every weekend. If you look at the whole world, every weekend there's something. Like, man, it's crazy.
Just in France, there is probably 3 events every weekend.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's so much events now. But I'd love to go, but I don't think I want to do one-on-ones anymore. I mean, like, of course, I would do Red Bull World Final because I never did that
Mm-hmm.
one. But
All right.
other than that, I would rather do 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3, just because I want to enjoy the battle with someone. Because
Yeah.
when you battle alone, you travel alone, you compete alone, and even though you win or you lose, it's only with yourself you can celebrate. But if you're with a team, so when I battle with Potter and Jetlag, it's like if we win, the three of us can celebrate together that we won. And I think
Right.
I enjoy this more.
Yeah, that's what it's about, right? Kind of the journey and enjoy it with the people or crewmates that enjoy it as well, and it makes the journey more fun.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, yeah. But there are days you have to go alone, So, but
Yeah, of course, of course. If
for
the
sure.
battle is cool or if it's in a good cool spot, then I'll do it. But other than that, I'd rather do 2 versus 2 or 3 versus 3 or crew battles. But I still want to do the Red Bull World Final though.
Yeah, yeah. I know that'd be an amazing achievement to get that. I think this year's is gonna be in Toronto. They're doing a lot of the ciphers right now.
Mm.
But then yeah, like you mentioned, development, come back stronger next year, or when the time comes, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
So when
Well,
you're
we
training,
don't have a Cypher in Norway, so for me, it's a wild card
oh,
or it's not possible.
oh, okay. Can you compete in the other ones, other like the France or a different region?
I don't think so. I asked in 2022, and then it wasn't allowed, but maybe they
Okay,
changed something
okay.
since then.
Yeah, yeah, because like here in the States where I'm at in Pacific Northwest, like I mentioned, Seattle, 6 hours away is Vancouver, BC, and they have a Red Bull in the Vancouver, BC, but us in the States, we can't compete to that because the regions.
No, right? Yeah,
And
yeah,
so, yeah, they're actually having one in 2 weeks from now in Seattle. I think that's one of my dreams to be on that stage too. I have
yeah.
to train hard, compete. I was trying to train the last month for this upcoming event, but a lot of time and things that happened that I haven't been training as much as I would love to. I've been training like
Mm,
maybe two times a week right now, but like I want to train every day, you know. Right now it's kind of difficult with time and work and family, so I think I might keep my head up for the next year and just next develop right now too.
yeah.
But
Breaking is so time consuming.
yes, it is. Well, so when you're training for like the type of event, how do you train? Do you train rounds? Do you train your moves? What are kind of your training
I do everything.
method?
So I have like a document in my computer with all my combos, all my moves, everything, even top
Wow.
rock sets, go downs, everything. So I print it out and I bring it to practice, and then I can do, okay, now I do this combo and then the next and then the next. And then I kind of like, okay, finish this one until I like did all of them, and that could be one practice. And that's a pretty hard practice because I have a lot of
You
combos.
got to hit the moves.
Yes. So then I know that the combos, the moves I have, it's crisp, it's I can still execute it
Hmm.
really good. It's not like, oh, it's so long since I did this one, so I don't know if I can do it. I know I can do it because I did it every week before this competitions for 2 months before. And then once a week I do I go I make super long rounds like 24/7. I do 60-second rounds
Yeah, yeah.
where I just put in so much stuff. I don't care about the music. I just try to execute this combo to this combo to this combo for like 60 seconds. And then I do this like 10 times. And the reason why is because when you battle, it's not because you run out of moves. It's because your stamina is
Yes.
because you're tired, so you're not able to execute the moves. So if I can do this for 60 seconds for 10 rounds, it's gonna be easy to do 40 second rounds. So then it's
Yeah.
gonna feel easier in the battle. And also, since I did, let's say, this hard combo in the end of this 60-second round, I know I can execute this even though I'm really tired. So
Mm,
when I'm in a competition, I'm nervous, my legs are shaking, like everything is just so hard. I know this combo, I know I can execute in the end, even though I'm tired.
yeah.
So this is how I try to prepare for competitions.
Wow. That's fire. It's like they say you run 5 miles just to get a really good 1 mile,
Yeah.
and you kind of exceed until that. Yeah. The training. Wow, that's incredible. I like how you mentioned the checklist. I used to write things down in the past, but for like 10 years I just kind of brush it off. I didn't do that. I stopped doing that. So I forget moves that I used to have. I thought these were sick. And so I
Yeah.
see like old videos like, oh, I forgot I even had this move. And so I think the
Exactly.
checklist is it's great
Yeah.
to have to brush up your movements, your signatures, your freestyle or your and then you freestyle, right? But your style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
And of course you can change it up whenever you want, but you don't want to forget about these moves that you did 5 years ago. That was fire.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
why you write it, and then you don't like you have like a battle season. There you do your moves every weekend, so you kind of remember it. But then when you try to create new things, you tend to not do those moves for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and then it ends up you're forgetting them, but you make new ones. But I want to remember my old ones, but also create new ones, and also even some of the new things, I can change up the old things with the new things, and suddenly
Yes.
it's a completely new combo.
They'd be like, oh, what? You did that combo into a different move? Or a combo into that
Yes,
move. You're like, how'd they do that?
exactly. And also there is like in the combos, I have some stuff that I'm tired of this stuff, but it's also kind of some of my signatures. So if I can put this in something else, then it might be more interesting to watch again than me
Yeah.
doing the same stuff that I did 10 years ago or 5 years ago or even 1 year ago.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. You gotta keep those signatures or those combos of movements you had. There's a one move that I do when I first started. I learned probably the first 5 years of my breaking, and like today when I watch clips, nobody has done this like the way I do this combo. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
it's simple to me. I was like, oh, okay, but it's still fresh till this day, I think. It's just I don't. But there's a time I played it out like competition. I did like every competition and I got tired of it. So
Yeah.
that kind of forgot it, but then I was like, oh, I should bring it back.
Yeah. But I also think that like even though you might get tired of your signatures, I think if people know you, they might even be waiting for your signature. It's like
Yeah, yeah,
it's like when you go to a concert and your favorite artist, you're waiting for this one song. You're waiting them for them to play their hit,
right.
you know? And it's I think it's the same with breakers. Like sometimes you're waiting like, oh, when is he or she gonna use this signature against who in
Uh-huh.
what way? You know? So I think
It's
people
good,
might
right?
even be waiting for
Good and
this,
bad.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gosh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's interesting, right? So, yeah, because when the competition, there's newer eyes too, and different eyes that have never seen it. And when they see it, like, yeah, yeah, they've been waiting. Man,
Yeah.
do you have anybody that inspires you that right now, like any b-boys or b-girls that you're currently are you watching any of them like in battles or anything like that that you're like when you're like see them you're like oh that it's kind of you know motivates
Mm.
you or pumps you or you like to watch.
I would say like he's my crewmate though, but Jetlag, he's been developing up so crazy the last few years, and now he's on a level that you can't really comprehend what he's doing, you know? And he
Uh-huh.
never stopped impressing me because every time I meet him, it's something new, it's something crazy, and it just never stops. And he has like banger on banger on banger, and he can execute everything so good in battles. Like I'm super impressed by him, and he's inspiring me to see new ways and see that even though you're at a really high level, you can still develop and get a little bit better all the time. And he's the perfect example of someone who does this.
Jet lag, yeah, I gotta look him up. I gotta watch him a little bit more. I think you entered
Yeah.
with him back in the style elements and then the freestyle session.
Yes. Yes. And we did a battle together 2 months ago in Germany as well. And every time it's something new, but it's not just new. It's like, wow, what the fuck is this? It's new but crazy as well, you know?
Ooh, fire. Yeah, I gotta check that out. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Have you ever felt like to a point you felt kind of burnt out or disconnected from competitions?
Well, a little bit now actually, because
Yeah.
now I did one competition this year, and last year I think I did 6 or 7, which is not nearly as much as I used to. Like I'm used to like
Right,
between
right.
20 and 30 competitions every year. But it also feels good to take a step back and just trying to create something new, develop and see where it takes me. Because when you compete every weekend, you change up a little bit, but it's not so much because you don't have time to practice a whole new vocabulary. But now I have time to really go into my art and change up stuff and work on it, even though it's gonna take a lot of time because now I have the time. And I don't even know if I'm gonna go back to competing every weekend.
Yeah.
But I love breaking and I love creating, and so this I'm gonna continue with anyway. And I do battle rounds every week with my friends because I think that is super fun. But if I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back to competing on the big stages again, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Give it some time. Maybe jet lag will inspire you to he goes to some big ones. You're like, oh, I want to go too.
Yeah, maybe. So, but maybe I wanna go more in a direction of making videos or making more shows or more theater because you
Yeah.
can do a little bit of everything, but now maybe I want to do more of the other stuff that I didn't have so much time for the last few years.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. For sure. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. When you mentioned video, there's a video in my head I wanted to kind of do and create, but I'm not sure how to really like create it. I was thinking to do, something with like could be you. But when I did a podcast, Dietrich.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I had another idea with him. I was like, because right now we're doing a podcast, right? And then what if like all of a sudden are like, oh, hey, as a comedic, we're like in a podcast, but we're actually in the same room, both two different computers. And then like you start dancing or something, kind of like a funny way, but, or like, let's say, hey, we made a video one time, maybe one day I head to Norway, or one day you come out to Oregon and be like, oh, hey, let me jump kind of play on the video. You jump through the screen or something, and then like,
Yeah,
oh,
like
whoa,
that. Yeah,
and like make it all epic or something. But yeah,
yeah.
some ideas.
Well, yeah, just do it or try it. Might work out. It might suck, but you don't know before you try.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made a video in 2018
Uh-huh.
and it was so bad, I'm never gonna put it out.
Yeah. In your mind, you're like, oh, this is gonna be the sickest ever. This is gonna be tight. But then you're like, you look back, you're
Yes,
like,
yes,
oh, maybe not.
yes. And I was like, no, this video is not gonna be any moves. It's just gonna be storytelling. It's gonna be like this, gonna be like that. And then when it's finished, I'm like, this is just crap. This is nothing.
Yeah,
But but you learn from it, even though you don't use it. You learn something, and there's always something you can take from a project and bring with you to the next one.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. Like trial and error, right? You kind of fix your flaws and make it better. Yeah,
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 it's like going to a battle and losing. You learn something from it.
yeah, yeah. Content creating, making videos. It's fun. It's fun too, and
Yeah,
a lot of work sometimes too.
yeah. But just look at Kian. He has like
Yeah, the
he
photographer,
broke
right?
the code.
He does a lot of
Yeah.
cosplay ones, and then
Yes.
some other crazy epic. Yeah, I was like, wow.
But I'm sure it didn't start with that. I'm sure he tried a lot of things and then he was like, there is something here. And then
Yeah.
worked more on that. And then suddenly his TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everything is just blowing up.
Yes. Yes. The one viral video worked. All right, let me try to repeat similarities to it, and then, yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Dang, dope, dope. Probably might wrap it up right here. We're about to hit about an hour. Is there any questions or anything you want to bring up before we end the show?
About Kian, I might do a cool project with him this year, but we'll
Okay.
see.
Yeah, yeah. Tag him on this and see if he sees this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But thank you so much for having me. It was super fun, and I hope everyone who watched this enjoyed this. And if anyone wonder about anything, just text me. I'd love to help or answer. So yeah,
100%. Cool, man. And yeah, if they want to get in touch with you, where can they find you?
yeah. I use Instagram. That's where I am.
Instagram? Okay, dope,
Yeah.
dope. And if they want to learn more about like the theater show, is there a website or how they get in touch with that?
But yeah, you can go to my website, which is danielgreenland.no. Everything is in Norwegian, so good luck. But in these days with ChatGPT, I think there's no problem if you wanna translate. Yeah. If not, I'll definitely post stuff on my Instagram.
Dope, dope. I'll leave that in the description below. Before we officially end it, I like to do what's called a cipher round. So we're gonna hit up like 5 questions, whatever you could think of at the moment.
Okay.
You ready for that? Yeah.
Okay, let's
Let's
go.
hit about the cipher. So, first question: do you have a favorite breaking move?
Favorite breaking move? It must be all shoulder halo.
Shoulder halo. Woo.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love it.
Damn, nice, nice. Is there a favorite song or artist you like to listen to? Like, so if you're practicing, play the song. All right, I'm gonna get down.
That's so
That's a
many,
hard
but
one, right? Yeah.
I do love the new album of Kendrick Lamar. So
Okay.
anything from there, I'd love to get down to.
Ooh, fire, fire. Yeah, he got some hype stuff, and the beats are,
Yeah.
yeah, hype for sure. Are you listening to any audiobooks, or are you reading any books currently?
Yes, I'm reading this book about statistics.
Okay.
I'm pretty nerds, so I did just read a book about statistics and about finance. So I'm interested in.
Okay. Is it
things
statistics
outside
like
of
for
what?
like the stock market or something, or what kind of
Yeah,
statistics?
kind of. Just like oh, how to say this in English? Like yeah, just to see how big is the chances for this and that and blah blah blah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is like mathematics to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. If you look in the market, there's analysts and like bar. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Okay.
yeah, but it
Cool.
could also be like if you want to put up a theater show and you have and you already did one, you can do the statistics about this to see, okay, if I make something like this, how is that gonna work again, and stuff like this.
Mm,
So you can use it for breaking as well, not just
yeah.
as you said stock
Content
market, but you can use it for yeah for especially for content creating.
creation.
Yeah,
There you go. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. I need to learn some more of that stuff too. I
yeah.
kind of just
Well,
throwing trial and error
for
right now.
kids, breaking and statistics
Yeah. It's possible. It's just dedication.
for sure, for sure.
Last and final. Oh no, actually we missed one. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fire. Yeah. Yeah. I got some people are like, oh hell no. Some people
yeah,
are, oh yeah, I love it.
yeah. I mean, like, I don't have to, but I'll eat it. But
Okay.
now probably half of the viewers gonna hate us.
The last and final question. So if you had a competition to enter with on a two versus two, do you know who your partner would be?
Well, as I just said, like jet lag is inspiring me, so I'll go with him because then I would have to get my shit together and perform.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. You kind of feed off each other with the, so then you have to kind of one up when you're practicing that, which elevates both of you.
Yeah,
Fire,
but
dude. I love
also
it.
I did a lot of two versus two with Johnny Fox as well, and we're vibing good together as well. So I go with him too. Yeah,
Nice. Nice. Dude. Daniel, thank you once again to getting on the show. I think you dropped some value and some gems on this. And if you guys want to follow and check out Daniel, look in the link in the description below. Thank you once again, Daniel. I'm going to get out. We're done. But I'll catch you guys on the next one.
thank you
Peace.
so much for having me.